Hi guys, this is Christy Fulk with Create with Christy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. Well, today I've got another how to make a beautiful Christmas card the quick and easy way. I'm going to do a few of these videos. This is going to be done in a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack later this week at my house. And I'm using the Poinsettia Petals Bundle again, but this time I'm not doing the red poinsettia that I've done in my past cards. I'm doing a white one this time. As you can see, it's just so elegant looking. And if you'd like to find the dimensions for the card and the supply list, just click on that blog post link below in the video description. And if you want to stamp with me, you can pause the video, get all your supplies together, and come back and make it with me and watch the video that way. Now, if you don't have everything needed to make this card and want to purchase some of them, I've got an online store link below too if you want to order from me, but you do have to live in the United States. And don't miss out on my daily rewards program where you can earn a $50 shopping spree. You can find out all about that below in the video description as well. Okay, you ready to get started on this? I know I am. This card is so much fun to make and it's so quick and easy. Now, if you have any questions, make sure you comment below and I'll answer your questions as soon as I can. Okay, let's get stamping. Okay, first off, let me show you that bundle again in case you haven't seen it yet. This is a Poinsettia Petals Bundle. It's in the August to December mini catalog from Stampin' Up! For 2020. Love this. I've used made so many cards with this already, and I've got other plans for this set too, so stay tuned. Not for this video, of course, but in future videos. So the dies we're going to be using are just these frame ones. This time I'm doing a stamped poinsettia. I haven't done that so far, so we need these 3 frames, and then I'm going to do both sizes of the leaves, and these are going to be stamped too. If I can get hold of that, and those are all the dies we're going to be using. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with the stamping. So first off, let's grab a piece of Very Vanilla. It's 8.5 by 3 1/4. And I'm going to stamp all 3 sizes of this poinsettia. So let me get these here. Grab my soft suede ink pad. I'll go ahead and stamp the large one first. Make sure I've got that inked up real well. There we go. Get that stamped. I always hold it down for a few seconds to make sure I get it all stamped or inked in. What it does, it makes the ink soak into the cardstock. That's why I hold it down for a few seconds. I love it when I get tongue-tied and can't think of the words I want to say. Okay, and then we've got one more size. I love that they're different sizes. So I wouldn't have to make a totally big one, but it just worked out better for my card. Okay, so we've got those stamped and ready to go. Okay, now you need to grab a piece of old olive. You can grab a scrap, but this is a 3 by 2 1/4. And we're going to stamp both of these leaves with the old olive ink pad. So go ahead and stamp this here. And then we'll stamp the big one. I'm doing both sides because I like the look of it, and it makes it so I can die cut because it has 2 separate dies and I don't have to put it through the machine twice. So we've got those ready to go. And then we need to stamp 2 more pieces. This is the front piece, 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to take my Merry Christmas stamp. And I don't know if some of you saw my other poinsettia video, and I'll put a link to that up above just in case you didn't. But I was having a little trouble with my Merry Christmas stamp. It wasn't stamping real well. Well, I called Stampin' Up! Because it actually got worse and told them I needed it for a class. They sent me a whole brand new stamp set and gave it to me next day air, so I was able to have it for my class. Love this company. Okay, so we've got the Merry Christmas on there. Then I need another 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Very Vanilla. And I'm going to grab the May Magic and Wonder Bloom This Holiday. Get it with the soft suede ink pad too. Put it in your top center. And this was another stamp I found out after the phone call wasn't working too, so I was so glad they sent me the whole stamp set. Then we're going to do this berry with the stem, I'm sorry. Put that in the corner. Then bring in the old olive again, and there's a stamp here that does all the berries for me. And we'll go ahead and get that angled. And there we go. That's all ready to go. Since we've got that, that's all I'm going to do for the inside. Oh, I got a little green, but that's okay. I'll take care of that. I can sign my name down there and cover that up. Bring in a card base. This is an 8.5 by 5 1/2. I've already got it folded in half. Go ahead and grab we're done with stamping, so I'll take that pierce mat away. Put some seal on here. I always make sure I put seal on each corner, and then on long sides I put some there too. And we'll put this on the inside of my card. And I put this over at the side. Oops, I made that one a little too long. Let me grab my paper cutter. We can improvise here. Whenever I have adhesive on something and find out I did it too big, I turn it so the adhesive is facing up. Oop, that's my scoring line. There we go. That way it's not sticking to my cutter. Now I can put that on the inside of my card. Glad I had that handy. There we go. I bet you I did the same thing on this one. I sure did. So let's grab this again. Don't have to redo this video, so we'll just go ahead and fix it now, because I'm sure this happens to you sometimes when you get to working on your cards. Okay, now we're ready to go. Okay, I've brought in my Stampin' Emboss machine. Now we're going to do some embossing. I'm going to be using the Wrapped in Texture folders. These are regular embossing folders, width-wise that is. It's not 3D, but they're for the mini machine whenever we get that out. But I'm going to be using the one with the dots. And the sandwich we need for that is platform 1, and then a plate 3, which is a cutting plate. I'm going to grab this Merry Christmas one for the front, and I just wanted to emboss the top, so that's why I knew this narrow one was going to work just fine. I'm going to put the top of that cardstock all the way as far as it can go, because I want it to fit within the width of this machine. And you always want to put these in fold first if you can help it. Sometimes you do need to do it a different way, but if you can get it to go fold first, that's the best way. Then you put a number 3 on top again, another standard cutting plate. Run it through your machine. And we come out with this. Love that. So pretty. Okay, now we'll go ahead and hurry up and get some die cutting done. So we need a new sandwich for that. So that's plate number 1. We want the die cutting plate, which is number 2. And we'll turn it this way. Then I'm going to use my my magnetic plate. And this is a little pliable, and it kind of warps sometimes, so I just kind of fold it the other direction so it flattens out again. Then I'm going to grab, let's go ahead and do all of these dies here. Make sure I'm still on the screen, good. Now, when I line these up, I find one that's got a big lump. This has got kind of a fat lump and one on the side. Let's see if I can find that petal here. It might be this one. Nope. Oh, there we go. You just find one that'll line up. I saw how that one was nice and smooth, so I knew that had to be it. So just kind of find the petal that goes the best. This one's kind of a skinny. You know what? I think that's it. I think I picked it up just right. Perfect. So all the petals are a little different, and that helps you be able to line it up. Then we've got this one here. Let's see. You know what? I think I picked that one up just right, too. Cool. That'll never happen again in my lifetime, probably. There we go. And let's see if we can go ahead and fit those stamped leaves on, which I think I just covered up. What did I do with those? There they are. Put my card on top of them. So we'll move this over a little bit. Make sure I've got, oh, good, they did not move. They look perfect. Now I'm going to grab my 2 leaf dies and just find the point that's the sharpest, and that's going to be your bottom. That helps you line it up. So I've got that there, and that looks like the longer tip. There we go. So those are all ready to go, and they're all within that plate, so I know they're going to emboss, not emboss, cut for me. Sometimes when I have that many, I hold it down until I know that last one is in there, just to make sure it doesn't move on me. Okay, so now we've got the leaves ready to go. Oh, that leaf moved on me, but that's okay. It doesn't look too bad. So we've got those 2. I had a feeling I might have done too much at once, so you might want to do the petals separately from the leaves. Okay, there we go. So we've got all those ready to go, and that is all the die cutting and the embossing we're going to need to do. So we'll go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm going to grab my grid paper again. And we're going to get these flowers ready to go. I didn't want them to just be plain vanilla. Now this is going to be the top. So this is the only one that we're going to need to color those berries in. So I'm going to take my Bumblebee Stampin' Right marker and color those in real quick. It didn't take long at all. And you don't have to worry about doing the berries on those because those are going to be covered up. I'm going to take a sponge dauber with my soft suede ink pad. And I'm going to go over lightly. You might even want to kind of go over on your scrap paper a little bit. And just lightly color that in, and it will lighten up a little bit. That's still a little darker than I wanted it, so I'm going to pounce some more. This ink pad must be very inky. There we go, that's better. And kind of don't have to go all the way out to the tip. You actually don't want to. And this little one, I'm not going to go out much at all. I just want that center part to be a little brown because this is going to be the top. Those I kind of went out a little farther because the little ones are going to be covering them up a little bit. Now, if I wanted a little more yellow, which I do, it kind of looks like darken up just a little too much, just go back and color over it again. There we go. I like the mute look though. I think that's so pretty. Okay, so now we've got those ready to go. Now we'll start putting them together. I'm going to grab my seal. And I'm going to put it on the, let me grab my silicone mat because I don't want to get a bunch of sticky stuff on my grid paper. And I'm just going to put it here along the center. I'm getting it on the petals a little bit, but nothing on here on the outside, just near the center. Take my big one, turn this so those petals of the smaller one are in between the big ones. Get that centered pretty good. And then we'll do the same with the little one. Keep it more towards the center, but go on the petals just a little bit though, because we want it to stay on. And then these petals are going to go in between the medium-sized poinsettia petals, like so. Okay, pull those together. And if you want to, you can kind of fold them up a little bit to get a little more dimension. You could put a dimensional underneath the top one if you want to. I didn't want to get it too fat because I'm going to want to mail this. But isn't that a pretty poinsettia? I love that. Okay, now we'll hurry up and put the rest of the card together, and we're almost done. It's hard to believe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab another piece of old olive. This is 4 by 2 1/4, and this is a piece of the Poinsettia Place DSP, and this DSP, when I say DSP, it's designer series paper. This is on sale this month in October 2020. So you can save 15% if you get this paper, and this paper is gorgeous. I think I love every single design on it. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this DSP piece. I think I told you the size, but it's a 4 by 2 in case I didn't. And put this on here and just put it right across the middle of this old olive piece. It's the same length, but have a nice little border on the top and the bottom. Okay, now we'll grab, let's go ahead and put this on the card. So put this on just like so. Actually, you know what? I think I am going to, let's get this out so it doesn't stick. Put this on first, just in case I might have made it too long and I might want to trim it off, but you know what? It looks perfect. Sometimes, oh, it'd help if I put some adhesive on it. Here we go. Okay, so now we'll put it across. Just have it go right up above your Merry Christmas. And like the way this paper is, it looks like they're bigger poinsettias down here at the bottom, so that's why I wanted them at the bottom rather than the top, because the flower is going to go on top, and I want to have as many of those poinsettias showing up. But if this had been too long, I could have turned it over and trimmed it off. It's a lot easier to do that before you put it on your card base. Make sure you've got your card the right direction. I have been known many times to put the front on and make it all upside down. We don't want that to happen. Okay, so now we've got that on. Once again, I am only going to put adhesive on the center, but I'm going to go a little farther on the petals. Because that bottom one, I'm probably not going to have go up too much. It kind of looks nice having it a little flat. But the reason I don't want it to be have too much is because I'm going to stick some leaves under there. And I want to be able to stick them underneath without the glue getting in the way. So I'm going to grab the big one here, put it here on the bottom half of the leaf. And because I didn't go all the way to the edge, I can lift this up a little bit and stick my leaf right there. And do the same thing with this one, put it at the bottom half of it and stick it underneath. I think I'm going to put it down here. You can put it whichever way you like it. I played around with it and I liked it better right here on this side. So lift these up a little bit, stick it under. There we go. And that is the end of the card. Can you believe it? And it is so elegant looking. I think my ladies are going to like making this week. And they'll get done really quick. They'll be happy with that. Well, that's today's video. If you want to stamp with me again, please subscribe to my channel below. Make sure to click the bell icon you see after subscribing and then select all. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video and you won't miss any. You can also follow me on my blog, Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. You can find those links below in the video description. There are a lot of links down there. You might want to check them out. Now, if you live in the United States and do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours. And here are the 2 current catalogs that are available right now. And if you don't have one of your own, I can mail one out to you. And you just click that Contact Me link below in the video description. Now don't miss out on earning my $50 shopping spree too. I talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the video, and just click on that Dolly Rewards link and you'll find out more about how you can get that $50 shopping spree. Well, it's time to go. Let's get these out of the way so you can see the card one last time. Please help support my channel by giving me a thumbs up and commenting below. I really do appreciate it. See you in the next video.